Hey guys, it's Shannon again. I just wanted to do a quick video right quick about counterfeits and more on how to know. I've got plenty of stuff. I'm like, don't say everything you're gonna want to wait for your book, but counterfeit. I want to talk about counterfeits and God's definition of love, because love is long suffering, it's kind, it's patience. If you notice what I think it's Second Corinthians, what love is in the Bible, and what love is in the Bible is not just an emotion. It's not just an emotion, it's an understanding. It's like how can I explain it? The love of a parent for their child should be unconditional if the parent truly loves that child. I know we have in certain circumstances where parents don't know how to love because themselves were not taught how to love. But we have to work above that, and we have to rise above the ashes. But again, Second Corinthians is not about a feeling, not just a feeling. Its main basic premise is the spiritual work and the effects of that spiritual work that we have to do. Because I was going to do another video on what faith without works means spiritually, because everybody's saying, you got to do, you're not supposed to work your way into heaven, all that. It's not that kind of work. It's work on spiritual self. It's work on making yourself the perfect embodiment of what Christ thinks you are. And so we get lost sometimes in that, and then not knowing what to do or God's will. But it's things that can help you along the way to let you know what God's will is. And I want to touch on that. It has to do with the counterfeit. The counterfeits are little minions by the devil, sent in by the devil, because the devil has a plan for you, just like Jesus has a plan for you. God has a plan for you. And he sends his minions in a lot of the time to mess up God's plans, to try and mess up God's plans. Like I was just saying in a previous video, that the devil was playing with me, trying to, wanting to self-sabotage something that was good. I had been wondering for well, maybe not wondering, but I just couldn't. The Lord would not let me alone with this particular situation with my prodigal son. And I was like, I really would just like to move past this and just to work on what you have me to do. And the Lord was like, this is what I'm having you to do. But again, counterfeits, when the devil, how to spout a counterfeit is that the devil will make it easy and very appealing to your five senses. He was going to make it extremely easy. The counterfeit wants, the devil wants you and the counterfeit to kill, two birds with one stone, to cause chaos in both of you, because you could probably feel that something is not right with the counterfeit, or the counterfeit has exposed themselves and you're like, okay, but don't ignore the signs of when a counterfeit exposes themselves. If they're rude to waiters, if they speak to you in an untimely manner, or you're just not like attracted to them at all. Sometimes the Lord will put Satan will put really good counterfeits in our way that we may not necessarily be attracted to. God is going to let you be attracted in a good way to your kingdom spouse. It's not all about looks and things. It's about it's about that part is sort of where we could use our unction. If you're a kind of person who can trust, I don't know if you guys, some of you are on that level, but if you can trust your inner unction that tells you that this person may not be for you. I say your inner unction because I had my inner unction when I was married, And I just knew that my husband was going to be my husband. Just like now, I'm pretty sure that my kingdom spouse, I didn't want my kingdom spouse to, because I was confused when the Lord was telling me that this person could be my kingdom spouse. I was like, Lord, we don't go backwards. Let's go frontwards. Why are we doing this? And so the Lord revealed to me all the stuff that he had planned. I'm not allowed to say too much because the devil doesn't know all of the plans. The devil only knows his plans and what he has for you. But the Lord has made me aware of the devil's plans for me and my kingdom spouse using the thoughts and ideas and suggestions in our minds. That's why it's very important to get to know ourselves and our logical thinking and get to know Christ most of all, so we know what is really said. And if anything, you got to test the spirits over and over and over and over again. You have to look at it from each point. Like with my kingdom spouse, the communication is not so, he doesn't communicate because of some deep-seated, I don't know if it was something from his family or something. He was kind of like that before, even when we were together. He didn't want to work with me, or I don't think it was like a working together. We weren't, it's just like I noticed after a while we couldn't talk about certain things, and he had like his boundaries of things he did not want to talk about. And after that, the Lord was wonderful. He gave me my husband, and my husband wanted to talk about everything. My husband never, but the Lord is trying to tell me, you're a person who's going to teach him all of this, just like he's going to teach me some things, my kingdom spouse. He's going to teach me things. And the Lord went, I can say that. I was like, wait a minute, did I say this? He's like, you can say that. I was like, okay. But it's very important that we learn to distinguish between the spirits, because there's demonic spirits at play. This is no joke, people. This is not a joke. The things that go bump in the night are not fake. They are real spirit things. What we do in this physical world affects the spiritual world. The spiritual world affects this physical world. This is real, guys. This is real. And so I just, I'm thinking about how hard this is supposed to be, but the Lord wanted to tell me, like, your kingdom spouse and all of this working and all of this changing I'm doing in you and your kingdom spouse is so that you two will better fit together. It's not about you feel, because I'm like, Lord, I feel like I'm degrading myself or lowering myself because I've changed in 13 years. I'm not the same person I was in 13 years. I would hope no one is, but I think that, I would hope people would rise above and be a better version of themselves, a stronger version of themselves. But, we can't, with the counterfeit, what I was saying is that the devil's going to make it look real good for that time period and not have you think about the future and things like that. I know that if I would have went off with my counterfeit, and the Lord was so gracious enough to make my counterfeit it wasn't a good reason why they left the country. The counterfeit left the country because of a personal issues they were having. But, but as soon as I noticed that the devil sent the counterfeit in right after, in the bad situation that the counterfeit was in, he used that situation to come to me to make me feel all some sort of type of way, because the counterfeit's right there. I love you. I'll marry you tomorrow. The counterfeit's like right there. And, we can't, another way we can kind of tell what a counterfeit is because it's just too easy. It's like, okay, it's just too easy in some situations where the waiting for your kingdom spouse is lessons to be learned in that, of patience, of grace, and love for God is to be learned in that. But a counterfeit will usually just reveal, the ooze will start coming out as soon, or as 90 days, maybe a year at the most. Their real stuff is gonna leak out. A counterfeit, it's easy. It's going to be very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for? It's very like, the counterfeits are always right there, when you're low, at your lowest point. That's when the devil likes to attack, when you're at your lowest point, the rotten scum. So you just have to we have to use proper discernment, guys. I didn't know how much I needed the Bible until the Lord started talking to me. And I was like, and I was just getting into decoding, and the Lord was like, here, you're going to have to, I'm going to show you visions. You look these visions up in the Bible, and then you correlate. I'm going to give you visions, numbers. And then he was like, read. And I was like, okay. But I love the Lord so much. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just, we all have assignments to do. And my kingdom spouse is a part of my assignment. Not that I don't love him or care about him. I do. He's like my brother in Christ. He just doesn't know the whole, not severity of the situation, but the meaning of the entire situation. I care about him. I really do. I haven't stopped loving him. Even when I was married to my husband, there were little thoughts of stuff that would pop up and stuff like that. But I was faithful to my husband. I never cheated on my husband. But, I always thought of him as, it was always that. And the Lord with your kingdom spouse will never let you forget that. But it's kingdom work that I have to do in this relationship, and my time of singleness right now is preparing me for that. So I'm just saying, if you're having counterfeits and things like that, even if you don't even know who your kingdom spouse is, just try and use proper discernment, guys. We have to learn the difference between our logical voice and God's not so logical but logical voice. So yeah, but I'm going to have to do another video tonight, but I just wanted to run that by you for counterfeits. And I want to ask you guys to like or subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much, and until next time.